Hello viewers, today we will cover decision control structure statements. Here firstly we will cover if statement, after that if else statement, and third one is the conditional operators. So let's start. First is the if statement. If statement have a syntax like, firstly we will write the keyword if, and after that some conditional expression and we'll close it and write the statements which we have to execute. If there is one statement, there is no need of braces, but if there are multiple statements, then we have to use braces here, and it will be called as the if block. Next is the relational operators. First relational operator is this equal sign, means it check that the left hand side variable is equal to right side variable or not. If it is equal, then it will be true. If these both are equal, means if x is 3 and y is 3, then this condition will be true. And if x is 4 and y is 5, then this condition will be false. This condition will be false. So in the second operator, we can see the symbol this is for not. This is for not logical operator. So it means that x is not equal to y. X not equal to y. You can read it here. X is not equal to y. Means x is 3 and y is 4. Then we can say x is not equal to y. And third one is the less than operator, means it check the condition that x is less than y. Means if x is 3 and y is 4, then we can say 3 is less than 4, which is true. So next is the greater than operator. So x is greater than y. It check the condition that if x variable is greater than y or not. Next is less than equal, means if we write left side x variable and right side y variable, then it check less than condition as well as the equal condition. Means if x is 4 and y is 4, then our this condition fulfills equal sign. And if we say x is 3 and y is 4, then our this condition is fulfilled, less than. Likewise in this case we have the greater than equal to, means x is greater than equal to y. So here if we say x is 5 and y is 4, then our this condition fulfilled. And if we say x is 5 and y is 5, then this condition is fulfilled. Means either of these condition is fulfilled, then our condition is true. So let's take an example. In this example, a number is printed which is less than 10. Means we have to enter a number through the keyboard which is less than 10. So we take a variable num. We can see in the C program also num is taken a integer variable, and here statement is written enter a number less than 10, and it will be stored at the location num. Means if we have some location which have a name num and it has some address, so at this address the number is stored here. So if this is less than 10, this number is less than 10, so it will check the condition. This is the conditional block, as we all know. So it will check here, is the number entered through the keyboard is less than 10 or not. So there are two answers, yes or no. If this number is less than 10, it will go to the yes path and print the number is less than 10 and will come to stop. But if the number is greater than or equal 10, then it will take the path of no and go to the stop. Likewise, in the C program, if the number entered through keyboard is 11, it will check 11 is less than 10, as this condition is false. So it will come out of this if, means it will come here. And if the number entered through the keyboard is less than 10, let 9 number is entered, it will check 9 is less than 10 and this condition is true, so it will come here and print the number is less than 10. And even if the number entered through the keyboard is 10, if the number entered through the keyboard is 10, which will check here 10 less than 10, which is false, so again it will here, it will not go to this. But if this operator is used like num less than equal to 10, if this operator is used and the number entered through the keyboard is 10, so it will go to the true condition. So this is the difference between the less than operator and less than equal operator. And the expression, if the expression is true, it will go to the next statement in sequence, otherwise it will go to the here if the condition is false. Next is, for better understanding, let's take a few examples here. In the first one, expression is 3 plus 2 modular division 5. So as we have studied the operator hierarchy, firstly this modular division will be performed. So expression will be, we will perform this operation, we will write it like here, 0 is the quotient and remainder is 2. So this expression 2 modular division 5 will give answer 2. So here we will have the 2, these 2, and this will equal to 5. So here we have the value of this expression is 5. So it can be written like if 5, and 5 is a non-zero value. Non-zero value, there are two values, zero value and non-zero value. Zero value is 0, it is taken as false, and non-zero value is that value which is not 0 and it will be taken as true. So in this condition where if is and bracket have 5, so if 5 is a non-zero value, so condition is true and it will print this works. So likewise in the second example, here it is written if a is equal to 10. Here this operator is assignment operator, which is used here, assignment operator. It is not a relational operator, this is the relational operator. Relational operator, and assignment operator is given by 1 equal. So here 10 is assigned to A. This equation can be written like this, if 10. So 10 is a non-zero value, 10 is a non-zero value. So non-zero value is always true. So after this, as this condition is true, it will write even this works, even this works. It will print even this works. in the second example. In the third example, we have statement like if -5. As we know that -5 is also not equal to 0, means it is not equal to 0, means it is a non-zero quantity. It is a non-zero quantity, so it is also true. So this expression also give the true, so it also prints surprisingly even this works. Likewise, our all these three statements are true. So we should remember that a non-zero value is always true and a zero value is always false. So let's go to next slide. Next is the if else statement. We have studied this part. This is called the if block. This expression like if there is some condition and we write some statement, so this is called as the if block. And if there is further on true of this condition, our compiler will go to these statements, and if the on the false of the expression, it will go to the else statements. So these statements will be executed on the false of the condition, and on the true of the conditions it will go for these statements. So let's see this problem. In this problem, it is asked that in a company an employee is paid as under, means if the employee's basic salary, if the employees just a minute, if the employee's basic salary is less than 1500, means basic salary is a variable in this program, so we have taken here BS as the basic salary and of type float. And the condition is that if basic salary is less than 1500, so here it is written if BS is less than 1500. Firstly, this basic salary is get printed through the keyboard, entered by the keyboard, and it will be stored at the location of BS. And after that we check if BS is less than 1500, then it is given that HRA is 10% of basic salary. So here HRA is calculated here. HRA is equal to basic salary into 10%. So in this way HRA is calculated, written in a C statement here. HRA is a variable taken of type float. HRA is of float type because we have to calculate percentage. After that it is given that if the basic salary is less than 1500, then DA is 90% of the basic salary, means DA is 90% of the basic salary. So DA is equal to basic salary into 90%. So here it is written in a C statement, DA BS into 90 divided by 100. And he is giving statement that if his salary is either equal to or above 1500, so means if this condition comes true, it will calculate the HRA and DA in this way. And if this condition is false, or we can say our BS is greater than equal to 1500, then HRA is 500. which is given by this statement. HRA is 500 and DA is 98%. So in this way DA is calculated here. DA is 98% of the basic salary. So after that he is demanding the gross salary, and we know that gross salary is equal to basic salary plus HRA plus DA. So if the salary is less than 1500, then it will take the HRA of this and DA of this, and the basic salary is given by the keyboard. And in the case of BS is greater than equal to 1500, means this condition is false. So it will take the HRA from this, means HRA will be 500 in that case, and DA will be this, and basic salary will remain the same, which is entered through the keyboard. And in this statement this gross salary is printed here on the output window, and it is also taken as the %F. So this is the way we can use if and else statement. Else automatically opposite of the if. Else is opposite of the if, means if is true, else is false. It is opposite of the true, means complement of the true. So next is forms of if. How we can write the if statements? First we can write if there is only one statement to be executed, then there is no need of these braces, as in this second case. Here we have the two statements, so we have to use these braces, and it is called the if block. And if there is only single statement, then if condition comes true, it will do this work. And in this case if condition comes true, it will do these works. Otherwise it will not work this. If the condition is false, it will go to this. In the third case, if condition is true, then it will do this, and if condition is false, it will do these things. Else block. This is called the else block. Likewise in the fourth, if the condition is true, so it will do this work, and if the condition is false, it will do this work. In the fifth case, we can see if the condition become true, it will do only this work, else it will go to here, means false. If this condition is false, it will go to here and will not do this work. And again here a if statement is nested, so here it will check the again new condition, and if this condition is true, it will do this work. And further, if this condition is false, means not true, it will do this work, which is given by these statements, and after that it will come out. Likewise in the sixth case, we can check if the condition is true here, it will go here. If the condition is true, this condition is true, as if this condition is false, it will go to here, it will go to here. And again, if in the true statement, it will have a new if loop here, if, and it check the new condition, and if this condition is true, means this condition, it will do this work. and if this condition is false, it will come here. It will come here and do this work, and after that it will come out. So in this way we can write different if statements, like here only if in multiple statements, if else in single statement, if else in multiple statements, and if else nestedly, likewise if else, and this if else. In this way we can have different formats of if statements. Next is use of logical operators. We have three logical operators here. First one is the AND. We have to write 2 times AND operator, and it will work as the AND operator. Name is AND operator. Here we have to write double lines, and it will work as OR operator. And this symbol is for NOT. This is symbol for NOT. All these operators are the logical operators. So let's take the first example of AND operator. Here it is used. In this example, per is a variable taken for the percentage, and here it is taken that if per is less than 60 and greater than equal to 50, means if per lies between 50 and 60, 50 to 60, less than 60 and greater than equal to 50, then there is a second division. Means if percentage lies between 50 to less than 60, then the percentage is second division. For this operator, AND operator, these both conditions must be true. Means this condition should be true as well as these condition also should be true. When these all conditions true, then our main condition is become true, and it will print second division. Means both the conditions should be true. Both the conditions should be true. In the second example of OR operator, which is used here, one condition is graduation is greater than equal to 60%. Means our graduation marks are greater than equal to 60%, or post graduation marks are greater than equal to 60%. So if by these, if this condition is if this condition is true, or if this condition is true, means either of the condition means either the marks in the graduation or the post graduation true, then our full condition will be true. Either means it can be true or false, but one of the statement should be true. Either it can be true or false, means if it is true, it is false, then the condition is true. If it is false, it is true, then the condition is true, and if both the conditions are true, then the condition is true. But if both the conditions are false, then all the condition is false. So one of the condition must be false. Means in case of the OR operator, if both the conditions are true, then it is true. If either of the condition, like if one is true, one is false, and one is false and second is true, then it will be true. But if both the conditions are the false, it will be false, and in this case this will not work. in all other three cases it will be written like eligible to apply for a job. So in this way OR operator works. Next is the NOT operator. As NOT operator is symbolized as this by this symbol. So here if the condition is y less than 10, means if y is equal to 4 and 4 is less than 10, which is true, but on the implementation of this operator, if I applied this operator before this, so it will become false. And if I said y is equal to 12 and I put y here 12 less than 10, which is false, but on implementation of this NOT operator, in this case it will become true. So it do the opposite, means if this condition is true, it will give the false, and if the condition is false, it will give the true. Complement means if there is 1, it will complement and give the 0, and if it is a 0, it will give the 1. Next, here the operation of the NOT operator, AND operator and OR operator is given. In the case if firstly I want to say that 0 is taken as the false and a non-zero quantity is taken as true always. So here if we are saying that 0 means we are saying it as false, we are saying this y also false. So on complement of this, it will become 0 will become 1, or you can say true. Here also on complementing of 0, it will become 1, or you can say true. And as here in the AND operator, if we have some value as 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1, we will have 0 0 0 0 on implementation of this. This is the truth table. As we have studied in the AND gates, it does the same work here. So we have the value. In the case of the non-zero we are taking as 1 here. In this case it can be any number. So in the case of the any 1 0 here, we have the value 0. But in the case of the non-zero values of both case, we will have the 1 here. Likewise, in the case of non-zero of a y, it will become 0, means complement of y will become 0. As you can see here, this is also 0. Likewise, in this case where x is a non-zero quantity, it becomes 0 here. Means complement of that. Likewise, in the case of the OR operator is if we have value of x and y and we apply OR operator to x and y, and x and y values are like this, so it will have 0, 1, 1 and 1, like an OR gate. It will have the values 0, 1, 1, 1, where we can see here I am taking non-zero as a 1 value. So you can say it as a non-zero, 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 non-zero. So it will be a non-zero value, means one value. Next is the else if clause. Let's see this program. Here we have taken if I relational operator of equal is equal to 2. If this condition is true, it will go to this point, and if this condition will be false, it will come here. Likewise, it further have some if condition. If this condition is true, if this condition is true, it will go to here. So we can write these long statements by simply this statement, else if. Means if we have to write this loop, we can write it in these two lines only by writing else if. We can connect this if to here, like in this statement, and if we have some one statement, we have no need to use braces here. There is no requirement of these braces. As we have now studied the logical operators, so we have modified the hierarchy of the operators. On the first priority, now we have the logical NOT gate, logical NOT operator you can say. After that we have the arithmetic operators on the second priority. On the first priority we have the NOT operator. On the second priority we have the multiplication, division and modular division. On the third priority we have the addition and subtraction operators. On the fourth priority we have the less than, greater than, less than equal, greater than equal signs. And on the fifth priority we have the relational operators of relational equal and not equal. On the sixth hierarchy we have the AND operator, logical AND operator. And on the seventh we have the OR operator, logical OR operator. And on the least level we have the assignment operator. We have the assignment operator. So now remember these to solve the further expressions. Here are some points to remember. First is we can examine that here assignment operator is written, means 5 is assigned to I. Instead of it, if to use the condition, we should use the relational equal operator here. So here is a mistake. So we should remember to write double equal in these type of conditional statements, because in these statements if we take it is right, then it will always will be true, because as I said that any non-zero item is true and a zero is false. Zero is false and any non-zero is true. So it will always write the you entered 5, you entered 5, you entered 5. So remember to give the relational equal operator, means there is a difference of these operator and assignment operator. Remember that what we want to enter at what time. And in the second example here we have used semicolon here. If we are writing some conditional statement, then we should not use this semicolon. It will terminate the statement. Terminate the statement. It is a terminator operator. Semicolon is a terminate operator. So it will not, on checking the condition, it will not do anything for this condition. It will not do anything for this condition, it will check the true or false of the condition, but do not do on depending upon these output. It will terminate the if statement. So never use this termination here and this assignment operator here unless it is required in our program. We can use it, but if we want to do work on these conditions, then we should not use these operators. So third one is the conditional operators. Let's check a program. Here we can see if condition is given if x is greater than 5, means if this condition becomes true, it will give a value 3 to y. But if this condition become false, then 4 will be assigned to y. So we can write these 4 statements in one expression only by using the conditional operator. Like here we will write on the left side the variable where we want to assign the output. So here in the expression 1, which is this, and we will use these conditional operators. These are the ternary operators, question mark and the colon. These two operators are used for conditional checks. So in this expression is this one, x greater than 5. After that, if this condition become true, it will assign 3 to y, means it will be given to y. But if this condition is false, means x is not greater than 5, if x is not greater than 5, then y will be assigned a value of 4. So y will be equal to 4 in the case of the false. So we can write all these 4 statements in a single statement by using the conditional operators of question mark and colon. Next is the summary. What we learned from today's video. There are 3 ways of taking decision. First is the if, second is the if, else, and the conditional operators. These are the 3 ways to take the decision. Second is the default scope of the if statement is only the next statement. Means if we use if, then we will give the condition here, and if we have only one statement to be executed, then there is no any need to use these braces. If we have multiple statements here, then we have to use these braces. But if we have only one statement to be executed on the basis of this condition, then there is no need to use these braces. Third one is if block need not always be associated with an else block. Means if we have to execute some statement on the basis of this condition, then we can use this block only, means if block only. But if we want some more statements depending upon the false of the condition, then we have the requirement of the else. But if there is no any false condition statement, then there is not any necessary to write the else block. This is called the else block, and it is not required if there is no any statements to be executed necessarily. Fourth one is if the outcome of an if else adder is only one of 2 answers, then the ladder should be replaced either with an else if clause or by the logical operators. Means if we have some condition like this, then we should write here else if. We should write here else if combinedly. Likewise, at the fifth point, and logical operator or operator are the binary operators. Means binary means it has the some variable on the left side and some variable on the right side. Likewise, and operator, left side and right side variables. So these are the binary operators, whereas not operator is a unary operator. Unary operator, why? Because it have the only one side expression, means it may be a right side expression. In the next F point we learned, in C every text expression is evaluated in terms of 0 and the non-zero values. 0 is always considered as the false and a non-zero value is always taken as a true. A 0 value is considered to be a false and a non-zero value is considered to be true. And the last is the assignment statement used with conditional operator must be enclosed within a pair of the parentheses. Means if we are using conditional operator and we are assigning something, then this expression should be in the parentheses. After that we will use the question mark operator and the value which will be come on the true of the condition. After that colon operator and the value for the false condition. So this should be in the parentheses, means this expression should be in the parentheses. So this was the today's video. So thank you very much for watching this. If you have some question, you may ask it in the comment section. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching this.